A speeded up heartbeat's a worrying sign.
You hear her heart is a little bit faster than usual. Could be some drugs, but we just don't know. We can't say for sure.
Hello. Hi, sir. Sorry to bother you. Just from the RSPCA. Is there a dog here?
There is, yes.
We've had a call to say that the dog had been abandoned.
It has, yeah.
These residents have only just moved in.
Okay, right.
And when they opened the front door to their new house this morning, they claim they didn't expect to find a dog.
Where's the dog now? In the garden?
Put him in a cage because I borrowed my mother-in-law.
That's sensible. Would you mind if I come in? Is that all right? Thank you.
It's an unusual case for Jane, and the facts keep getting stranger.
When you came into the house then, where was he? Where did you find him? He was in the yard, was he? Oh, was it?
That was last night. So
The tenants believe that Bruno may have been surviving on scraps he found in bin bags for days, possibly even weeks. And it seems the new residents have saved him from further suffering. So Bruno appears to be an uninvited house guest, and Jane will have to find him a kennel at the local RSPCA animal centre.
Because you've taken on this property now, and this dog's been left here, would you be prepared to sign the dog over to the RSPCA?
yeah.
With the paperwork signed, an excitable Bruno is now in the care of the RSPCA.
Good boy.
But all is not as it seems. A local resident has just approached Jane and given her some startling new information.
It turns out, according to neighbours, that these people have lived at this address themselves for about 9 months now, and that this is their dog called Bruno. And they're in the process of moving out, not moving in. Not overly impressed, to be honest.
With Bruno's story quickly developing more twists than a pug's tail, Jane needs some answers.
Can I just have a quick word? Is that all right? Don't know, no easy way to put this.
Yeah.
Is what you've told me true?
Yeah.
Is that not your dog?
No.
Have you not lived here for 9 months?
No.
Are you in the process of moving out?
No. This is our stuff. We've just brought it here.
Yeah, but moving in or moving out?
No, this is where we're moving to.
I've just been told by somebody that you've lived here for the last 9 months,
No.
right? And that this dog is called Bruno and he's been your dog, and that reports have been made about the way the dog's being kept in the garden.
No.
Is that true?
No.
But Jane thinks she knows the truth and is like a dog with a bone.
Is Bruno yours?
He's not mine.
Whose is he, darling? Come on, be honest.
He isn't literally my dog.
Whose is he, please?
He
Tell
isn't.
me.
He is a friend's dog.
Right,
But obviously it's not my dog.
right,
I haven't got no pets. I wouldn't have. The only pet I've ever had is a goldfish.
right. How long have you lived here?
Me? Not that long.
How long, darling?
You're lucky if I've lived here about 2 months.
Right. And has he been here for that 2 months?
The dog, probably about a month.
Dog's been here for over a month whilst you've been living here.
Yeah. Well, I've not even been here a month.
But you've just told me you've lived here for over a month.
I haven't been living here. I've been staying.
Staying here a month?
Yeah, I've not been.
But with the
living-
conversation going round in circles, it looks like Jane isn't the only person left confused.
And all I'm asking is, whose is the dog?
The dog
What's
isn't
the
mine.
situation with the dog?
That's what I'm saying. The dog is not mine. I've only been here today to fetch my stuff.
So you're not in the process of moving in, are you?
I moved out ages ago.
So essentially, you've done a quite good number on the RSPCA today.
Well, no, not really. Cause
So Jane's managed to get at least some of the truth, but the whole deception has been a waste of her time, and she's had enough.
Hard-working people put money in their pockets to donate to our charity to enable us to do the work that we do. And I would rather not waste my time, you know, chasing up leads because somebody can't tell me the truth. That's what, yeah? The fact that he's coming out now and it's been signed over, if there'd been anything else, I swear to you, I'd have knocked all these doors and got written statements to prove, because the conditions in that back garden are not suitable for an animal.
As far as I'm aware of, I've never known the environmental officer to have come out.
I'll leave you with it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
A large part of an inspector's job is dealing with humans as well as dogs. Despite the strange circumstances, Jane can see that Bruno is fit and healthy, so can be taken straight to RSPCA kennels. But Jane's run of bad luck hasn't ended just yet.
Oh dear, have you piddled everywhere? That must be my bad driving, is it? Hopefully you won't be here for too long before a nice family comes along to give him his new life.
It all happened just before Christmas 2013.
We were just carrying on as normal in reception when two gentlemen who'd been leaving the centre came across the little dogs in our car park. The little dog had been running free, so he picked the dog up, brought it to us. We were obviously a bit concerned for the dog because he'd been running free in our roadway, but fortunately he hadn't been hit by any cars.
But how had Tinsel got into the car park? The centre is miles away from the town. If she was astray, she had a very good sense of direction to make it to the local RSPCA centre.
When Tinsel came into us, we obviously treated her as a stray, but we were very keen to understand what did actually happen. We had a look at our CCTV images, and it very quickly became clear that this little dog had been abandoned.
After searching through hours of video, Elaine and her team hit the jackpot. Tinsel's owner's car, and Elaine spotted a sad detail in the shot.
Seeing the dog running after the car that she'd been thrown out of was just heartbreaking.
Seeing poor Tinsel alone and confused naturally angered Elaine and her staff.
There's no need for dogs to be abandoned in this way. It's just not on. Even though bringing the animal to an animal centre could be seen as better than dumping it in any random street, it's still not acceptable. You've got to make provisions for your animals for the rest of its natural life. Hello, baby. Come on in.
Just 1 week after arriving at the centre, Tinsel's loving her new life and new friends. Today, she's getting a walk with Elaine and animal care assistant Jake, who have really fallen for this little Staffy.
She's got a good future ahead of her now. She is such a gorgeous dog. She's so friendly and happy and pretty well behaved.
I would say the day she was abandoned, and like all the dogs that come in, they get a health check and an assessment for a few days to make sure they're happy and healthy and well socialised.
With an estimated 460,000 dogs in London, protecting the capital's canine population is a huge job. 43 inspectors cover 611 square miles, and keeping a watchful eye south of the river is Inspector Kate Fletcher. Today she's responding to a police call about a dog being left alone in a flat. As she arrives, a police officer escorts Kate into the flat where they found the dog.
Hello, Pippa.
In the flat, Kate meets a young Staffy cross called Cassie.
She's done some submissive urination when she meets us, which is sometimes an indicator just of being nervous. It's sometimes, but not always, indicative that the dog is used to being beaten, and it's urinating out of fear.
As she gets a look around the flat, Kate can see Cassie's certainly had a haphazard domestic life.
There's a lot of debris. I mean, we've got smoked spliffs on the floor, syringes here, big thing of bleach here. If a dog had chewed through that, it would be dead. To let it live like this is obviously unacceptable and just really, really dangerous. There's methadone here, there's heroin paraphernalia here. The dog had free run of the flat, so I'm absolutely amazed that that dog hasn't injured itself.
And in the kitchen, it's obvious that Cassie hasn't had food or water for a while.
These tins are all out here, but they're obviously mouldy. There's not a sign that she's a particularly well cared for dog, and the conditions she's been exposed to and the way she's been living is really quite horrendous.
As it appears that she hasn't been fed for some time, Cassie might have eaten something in the lounge, so Kate needs to get her to a vet immediately.
She'll get a vet check, and we'll do some blood tests to make sure that she's not got anything dodgy in her system, because obviously there is a lot in there that she could have ingested and it might not be immediately obvious. She's a sweet little dog. We originally took her out of there because of the conditions, because there was like used needles, syringes, bottles of methadone, chemicals in big buckets. So we just wanted her to be checked, A, for whether or not she's ingested any of that. Oh, bless her, oh dear.
Uncharacteristically for a Staffy, Cassie's nervous and frightened, and being surrounded by strangers isn't helping. But at least vet Paul can get the sample he needs.
How obliging of you. Yeah. I'll do a faecal sample in a minute as well.
But there's a serious risk that Cassie may have eaten something fatal.
If you've got a starving dog living in that environment, if he's potentially been away and not been with her, feeding her or giving her any water, then it will come a time when she looks at what's around and she starts thinking, well, you know, that bit of foil looks tasty and it might have remnants of heroin on it, and, well, it doesn't bear thinking about, really.
First of all, Cassie gets a thorough examination.
She's A bit excited to be here. Our heart is a little bit faster than usual. Could be some drugs, but we just don't know. We can't say for sure.
A speeded up heartbeat's a worrying sign, but it could still be just Cassie's nervousness. As some of the initial test results come back, Paul discovers another cause for concern.
We have some blood test results and her liver is not working absolutely perfectly at the moment, so maybe she did get hold of something.
Other than the heart and liver problems, Cassie seems relatively healthy. But just to be sure, further tests will have to be done. It will take a few weeks for these final results to come through, but whatever the outcome, Kate's hoping the owner will see justice for endangering Cassie's life.
We'll wait to see whether or not there's anything in her blood that might indicate whether or not she has ingested anything that was in the property. Hopefully, we'll be able to have enough evidence to stop him getting his dog back so that she can go and find a good home. Deserve to be kept safe, don't you? Yes, you do.
The drug tests are in.
Hello, darling.
And it's good news. Cassie is clear of any drugs.
Good girl.
She was really nervous and scared of people. She couldn't be rehomed in this condition. So the staff at her kennels embarked upon a programme of confidence building and bonding. And she's come on leaps and bounds.
She's a very sweet dog. She's good-natured, good with other dogs. We can't really find much of a fault with her.
Under the watchful eye of canine welfare specialist Ronnie Jeffrey, her confidence in people has been rebuilt, and she's turned from a nervous wreck to a happy, friendly dog, all ready to find a new home.